computer pause checks a computer internal hardware for compatibility and connection before starting the remainder of the boot process. If the computer passes the pause, the computer may give a single beep as it starts and continues to boot. However, if the computer fails the pause, the computer doesn't beep or generates a beep code telling the user the source of the problem. Computer pause and beep codes. Note: beep codes may vary depending on manufacturer's BIOS chips that is used by motherboard. BIOS beep codes. One long, two short indicates a video error has occurred and the BIOS cannot initialize the video screen to display any additional information. One long, three short. Video card cannot detected or VAD video card. Beeps repeating endlessly. RAM problem. Repeated high frequency beep while PC is running and repeated beeps alternating. Overheating processor CPU. High-low frequency. Issue the processor CPU, possibly damaged. PMI BIOS beep codes. 1 short. DRAM refresh failure. 2 short. Parity circuit failure. 3 short. Base 64K RAM failure. 4 short. System timer failure. 5 short. Process failure. 6 short. Keyboard controller grid 820 error. 7 short. Virtual mode exception error. 8 short. Display memory read or write test failure. 9 short. RAM BIOS checksum failure. 10 short. How to replace the CMOS battery. 11 short. Cache memory error. 1 long and 3 short. Conventional or extended memory failure. 1 short. 8 short. Display or trace test failed. Two-tone siren. Low CPU fan speed. Voltage level issue. Dial beep codes. Beep code. 1 beep. BIOS RAM corruption or failure. 2 beeps. Memory or RAM not detected. 3 beeps. Motherboard failure. 4 beeps. Memory RAM failure. 5 beeps. CMOS battery failure. 6 beeps. Video card failure. 7 beeps. Bad processor CPU. IBM BIOS beep codes. Beep code. No beep. Why won't my computer turn on? 1 short beep. Normal pause, computer is okay. 2 short beep. Pause error review screen for error code. Continuous beep. No power, loose card or short. Repeating short beep. No power, loose card or short. 1 long and 1 short beep. Motherboard issue. 1 long and 2 short beeps. Video or mono CGA display circuitry issue. 1 long and 3 short beeps. Video display circuitry. 3 long beep. Keyboard or keyboard card error. 1 beep. Blank or incorrect display. Video display circuit. Finite beep codes. 1111. Unconfirmed beep code replace RAM chips as possible solution. 1113. Verify real mode. 1121. Get CPU type. 1123. Initialize system hardware. 1131. Initialize chipset register with initial pause values. 1132. Set in pause flag. 1133. Initialize CPU register. 1141. Initialize cache to initial pause values. 1143. Initialize I/O. 1211. Initialize power management. 1212. Load alternate register with initial pause values. 1213. jump to user patch 1221. Initialize keyboard controller. 123. BIOS ROM checksum. 1231. 8254 timer initialization. 1233. 8237 DMA controller initialization. 1241 reset programmable interrupt controller. 1311 test RAM refresh. 1313 test 8742 keyboard controller. 1321 set ES segment to register to 4 GB. 1331 auto size RAM. 1333 clear 512K base RAM. 1341 test 512 base address lines. 1343 test 512K base memory. 1413 test CPU bus clock frequency. 1424 reinitialize the chipset. 1431 shadow system BIOS ROM. 1432 reinitialize the cache. 1433 auto size cache. 1441 configure advanced chipset register. 1442 load alternate register with CMOS values. 2111 set initial CPU speed. 2113 initialize interrupt vectors. 2121 initialize BIOS interrupts. 2123 check RAM copyright notice. 2124 initialize manager for PCI option ROMs. 2131 check video configuration against CMOS. 2132 initialize PCI bus and devices. 2133 initialize all video adapters in system. 2141 shadow video BIOS ROM. 2143 display copyright notice. 2211 display CPU type and speed. 2213 test keyboard. 2221 set key click if enabled. 223 enabled keyboard. 2231 test for unexpected interrupt. 2233 display prompt, press F2 to enter setup. 2241 test RAM between 512 and 640K. 2311 text expanded memory. 2313 test extended memory address line. 2321 jump to user patch 1. 2323 configure advanced cache register. 2331 enabled external and CPU cache. 2333 display external cache size. 2341 display shadow message. 2343 display non-disposable segment. 2411 display error message. 2413 check for configuration errors. 2421 test real-time clock. 2423 check for keyboard errors. 2441 set up hardware's interrupt vectors. 3111 disable onboard I/O ports. 3113 detect and install external RS-232 ports. 3121 detect and install external parallel ports. 3123 reinitialize onboard I/O ports. 3131 initialize BIOS data area. 3133 initialize extended BIOS data area. 3141 initialize POP controller. 3211 initialize hard disk controller. 3212 initialize local bus hard disk controller. 3231 search for option ROMs. 3233 shadow options ROM. 3241 Set up power management. 3243 Enable hardware interrupts. 3311 Set time of day. 3313 Check key lock. 3333 Scan for F2 keystroke. 3341 Enter CMOS setup. 3343 Clear in pause flag. 3411 Check for errors. 3413 Pause done. Prepare to boot operating system. 3423 Check password. 3421 Clear global descriptor table. 3443 Clear screen. 3444 Check virus and backup reminders. 4111 Try to boot with INT19. 4211 Interrupt handler error. 4213 Unknown interrupt error. 4221 Pending interrupt error. 4223 Initialize option RAM error. 4231 Shutdown error. 4233 Extended block move. 4241 Shutdown 10 error. 4313 Initialize the chipset. 4314 Initialize refresh counter. 4321 Check for force flash. 4322 Check HW status of ROM. 4323 BIOS ROM is OK. 4324 Do a complete RAM test. 4331 Do OEM initialization. 4332 Initialize interrupt controller. 4333 Read in bootstrap code.
Post troubleshooting steps. Remove new hardware. If any new hardware was recently added to the computer, remove that hardware to make sure it is not causing your issue. If your computer works after removing the new hardware, it can mean a few things. Either the new hardware is not compatible with your computer, a system settings needs to be changed, or the new hardware is defective. Check all cables. Verify all the cables are securely connected to the computer and that there are no loose cables by firmly pressing in each cable. All disk drive should have a data cable and power cable connected to them. Your power supply should have at least one cable going to the motherboard. Many motherboards may also have additional cables connected to them to power supply to the fans. Check all fans. Make sure all fans are running on the computer. If a fan has failed, especially the heatsink fan for the CPU, your computer could be overheating or detecting the fan failure, causing the computer not to boot. Power cycle the computer. In some situations, a computer may have power-related issues often caused by either the power supply or the motherboard. To help determine if this is the issue, try turning the computer on, off, and back on as fast as possible, making sure the computer power light goes on and off. In some situations, you may be able to temporarily get the computer to boot. Warning: try this method only as a temporary workaround or as the last resort to get any valuable information from the computer. Disconnect and reconnect the CPU. For users who are more comfortable working inside their computer, reset the CPU by removing it and reinserting it into the socket. You should also apply a fresh layer of thermal compound between the CPU and the heatsink. Loose BIOS chip. Loose over time due to the heat expansion causes the computer to give an irregular. Remove the RAM. If you continue to experience the same problem with all above hardware removed, remove the RAM from the motherboard and turn on the computer. Make sure to turn off the computer before adding and removing the memory and then turning it back on to see if the suggestions resolve the issue. 1. Reinsert the memory into the same slot. 2. If you have more than one stick of memory, try to stick them in each slot. If you can get the computer to boot with one or more of the sticks of memory installed, you are likely dealing with some bad memory. Try to identify which stick of memory is bad and replace it. Remove any disk or USB device. Remove any disk, CDs, or DVDs that are in the computer. If any USB device, iPods, drives, phones, etc. are connected, disconnect all of them as well. Reboot the computer and see if anything changed. Disconnect all drives. If you do not hear a beep code, power off the computer. Then disconnect any IDE, SATA, SCSI, or other data cables from the motherboard. When they are disconnected, try booting the computer again. In this resolves your irregular post or generates error message. Reconnect each device until you determine which device or cable is using the issue. In some situations, it can also be a loose cable connection that causes the issue. Reconnect and check power cords. If the computer is not getting enough power or the power is getting interrupted, the power can encounter problems. Disconnect your power cables from any power strip or UPS, uninterruptible power supply, and connect the computer directly to a unknown good wall outlet. Identify beep code. If you are receiving a sequence of beeps, you can also check your motherboard or computer documentation for information on the beep codes. These beep codes are meant to help identification which computer component is failing or bad. If your beep code is not listed, continue troubleshooting. Disconnect external device. Remove anything from the back of your computer, except the power cable. Turn on the computer and see if it beeps normally. If the computer has never beeped, keep the monitor or display connected to see if any change occurs. Disconnect all expansion card. If the above recommendations still have not resolved the irregular post, disconnect the riser port if applicable, and each of the expansion cards. In this, fix the problem or allow the computer to pause. Connect one card at a time until you determine which card is causing the problem.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.